New sci-fi thriller, The Faculty, in theaters everywhere, December 25th. By Oldsmobile and your local Oldsmobile dealers. And by Dell, direct computer solutions for business, at home, and around the world. Be direct. Dell. Miami on a Sunday night. And Pro Player Stadium with a 7-3 game. Jets over the Dolphins. Brady, wide open, 30, 21-yard line.
What creates the problem for the Dolphins defensively is, first of all, there's the draw fake. Okay, so you have to respect that. The linebackers get caught up. Then you run your wide receivers all the way across and clear one half of the field, and Kyle Brady slides up. He's up. There he is. Again, a crossing pattern. They just lose him in the mix. With the receivers crossing underneath, he just winds up in a zone about 15 yards down the field with nobody around him.
Kyle Brady with a career high in receiving yards this year, tied his career high in touchdown catches. Finished at 14 out of 23 for 208. Martin to the 17-yard line. One of the reasons the Jets have been so successful throwing the ball is that offensive line has done a sensational job against the Dolphin pass rush.
And just think about it. They're running so many play-action passes, which to me, when you're looking at the Miami Dolphins, if they're going to rush the passer and all those play-action passes go for it, they're stopping. Once they make the initial move, Joe, everybody is holding at the line of scrimmage, waiting for the run, and they've hardly run the ball.
Curtis Martin, 10 for 39. Martin off the left side. Good block, first down inside the 10.
That's one of the few times that the Jets lined up in what basically is a base formation. Two wide receivers. They put Kyle Brady in motion. This time he becomes the fullback or the lead blocker up through the hole.
Now they're gonna double team over here on Jason Taylor. Look at this, Baxter and Elliott. I mean, you got a guy outweighed by about 300 pounds, and that's what opens a hole for Curtis Martin to get a first down.
First and goal for the Jets. Martin on the toss sweep. Cuts it back. Touchdown. Curtis Martin with his 8th rushing touchdown of the season. That was a 12-yard burst.
Oh, Kevin Moe and Curtis Martin sets it up. He just comes out, stays with the man, and it cuts right back inside.
Richie Anderson, number 20, and Keyshawn Johnson, number 19. They both get on respective linebackers and defensive backs and just widen the hole.
John Hall for the point after. And the Miami Dolphins, who had been giving up less than 7 points a game at home, have surrendered 14 tonight to the New York Jets. Curtis Martin from 12 yards out, 14-3 New York.
Anderson do get excellent blocks, but Kevin Moe, the center, watch what he does. He wipes out everything, and Curtis Martin will cut in right behind him. 68 is the center, getting to the outside. Now, there are the blocks outside by Johnson and Anderson, and then Moe just wipes everybody out. And that was easy.
You don't see centers pull that often, guys that are that good of an athlete. And most people say he and Dermontti Dawson are the two best in the NFL. Avery is in at running back. Got a lot more speed than Jabbar. Trying to get outside. Got away from Pepper Johnson. Got a block. Picked up 5.
He just showed you his speed. I mean, that Pepper Johnson should have had him in the backfield for about a 4-yard loss.
Only 3 of 19 drives against the Jets this year have they gotten across midfield. That Jets defense under Bill Belichick has really done the job against Miami's offense.
You start talking about head coaching candidates. There's another one.
He's not going anywhere. He's got a head coaching job right here.
Yeah, but you don't know when that other guy's going to leave.
Doesn't make any difference.
Marino short set, tries to hit McDuffie, and McDuffie covered like a blanket by Ray Mickens. Mickens in there for the injured Aaron Glenn. They really like his talent.
Ray Mickens is going to be an in-the-face type corner as well. What he does well, he gets up inside, plays off, a little bit of hand checking. And there you see it. That's just contact within 5 yards. They're doing a good job of staying on top of them. I think the officials are doing a good job of letting the guys play football tonight.
Third and 4 for Miami. They need to get something going on offense. Marino rifles this one for a first down to Nate Jackett. The ball came out late. Kevin Williams on the tackle.
It's one of those passes you better catch it.
Well, yeah, Dan basically said, if you don't catch this, I'll just stick it in you. That's how far and hard he throws this one. Hey, he's talking to him. Dan's saying, all right, look, that's what I want. He just rockets this thing down low. He makes the catch and does a good job of protecting it.
Brian Cox, watch this. How many guys block him? 1. Release him inside 2. And have one more guy. Bach finish him off. 3.
Marino dumps it to Avery. Sunday Night Football next week with a battle between the NFL's elite, the AFC Central leading Jacksonville Jaguars, take on Randy Moss and the Vikings. Join Joe Theismann, Paul McGuire, and me right after prime time at 8:15 Eastern. ESPN and ABC, your exclusive networks for prime time NFL football. Dan Marino trying to muster the troops and move them downfield. He faces the 2nd and 6. 1 field goal on the board for Miami tonight. Avery, stutter step. Stops shy of the 40-yard line.
And when you talk to the Dolphins, the one thing about Avery, and we saw it there, you see that little hesitation, that little stutter step. They'd like to see him lose that as a part of his game. They would prefer to see him just try and pound it up inside and do a little less dancing at the hole. After he takes the handoff from Dan Marino, the point of attack is off the left tackle. Instead of slide, look at that hole. Now, all you got to do is hit it. If he's there a second quicker, he's got a chance to make a play. But he dances just a little too much, and he's going to have to learn to stop it.
2 years at junior college, then 2 years at Ole Miss. Learning on the job. Draw play, Pritchett. Pritchett to midfield, first down, only the 5th carry of the year by Pritchett.
Yeah, but I'll tell you,
call.
Oh, what a wonderful call to make at this point in the game. They're thinking pass, and you run this quick draw, basically, to Pritchett. Watch this. Marino goes back, hands him the ball, and look at the hole on this side.
You got to know that Bill Belichick, when you check the computers, is saying, Stanley Pritchett's back there. He's carried the ball 4 times. I don't think we'll worry about him this time.
Gets it once a month, whether he needs it or not. Avery is back into the running back. Marino throws for Gadsden, incomplete. The crowd and the Miami sideline wanted a flag against Otis Smith, but they won't get it. Marino is hot.
Gadsden, the outside receiver, number 86. You'll see him down the bottom of your screen. That's Otis Smith on him. He tries to make a plant. There they are. I mean, it's a lot of incidental contact. I got to be honest with you, more a lack of footing than almost anything else than it is actually pushing and shoving.
Gadsden went down.
I thought it was a good no call.
It really was.
Of course, you're not going to get Jimmy to buy that one.
What Jimmy's saying is, look, it's only allowed contact within 5 yards.
Marino to the outside. Pritchett, and a beautiful tackle made on the corner by Jerome Henderson.
The reason that Marino was so upset, when he sees a guy go down and there's a defensive back with his hands on him, he fired the ball in there, knowing that Gadsden couldn't catch the ball.
Expecting the call,
Expecting the call.
Yeah, that's part of being a mature, great quarterback. You got to figure you're going to get that call.
3rd and call it 6.
Michael, this is one of those crucial situations where the Dolphins have got to keep the drive alive with the score the way it is and the time remaining.
Here comes the blitz. Marino too high for Gadsden. Otis Smith was with him shoulder to shoulder. And Marino is steaming.
Well, Otis Smith is, I mean, he has just been playing very well tonight. Now watch this coverage on Gadsden. He is there. I mean, I really love what the officials are doing. They're letting these guys play a tremendous football game.
It must be pointed out, however, that was beyond 5 yards.
Yeah, but that ball wasn't catchable either.
Not after the contact, it wasn't. Goes into the end zone. A 45-yard punt, no return. It will come out to the 20. Emotions running high in this huge game in the AFC East. Southwest Airlines aerial cam high above Pro Player Stadium for ESPN's Sunday Night Football. Testaverde goes back to work. Keyshawn Johnson in the flat. Buckley slings him out of bounds. The Jets really getting the best of it against the Miami defense, which has been invincible at home. 14 points as opposed to 6.7 on the average. They've only given up 3 touchdowns all year, 2 tonight. The total yardage is above their average and the passing yardage way above it. And they have not taken the ball away from the Jets, something they have thrived on this season. Curtis Martin barrels straight through to the 41st down.
Michael, and that's something else that has been a big difference from the first game. The first game, the Jets only averaged 3 yards a carry. Tonight, it's 4.6.
We saw Zach Thomas at the beginning of the game make a hit. And there's a reason why we haven't been called his name. Look at Moe on Zach Thomas. And Zach Thomas missed the tackle. Zach Thomas plays off Moe, but watch what happens. Now he can't make the tackle because he is tied up with him.
13 carries, 66 yards for Curtis Martin. Vinny back to the air. Brady couldn't get it. Sam Madison was right there, and even though he never saw the ball, he saw Brady's hands go up and got into him.
Let me tell you how much confidence Vinny Testaverde has in Kyle Brady. You don't make this throw if you don't believe that your receiver's going to get it or not get it away. Here he is lined up in that short split again. Comes across now. Madison falls back. That's a tight end just going up to make the play. He's covered. I mean, he is covered. But Vinny has such confidence in him, he's going to throw it out there anyway.
Was that a great play by Madison?
It sure was. Brady has gotten the ball more this year after calling for it in preseason. Martin on the toss. Cuts it back. And drilled by Trace Armstrong.
You know, when you cut back in the pursuit, you're going to get hammered.
Yeah, you're either going a long way or you're going to be picking up dirt.
Yeah, because Trace Armstrong comes from the other side.
We talked about Keyshawn Johnson having to block different people. There's number 19 on number 99. Keyshawn Johnson blocking on Jason Taylor. Now, Jason only outweighs him by about 20 yards, and that's an area where Keyshawn has really stepped his game up.
Kept his weight down this year and his stamina up. It's made him a better player. Vinny in the flat to Keyshawn, hit immediately after he made the catch by Patrick Surtain.
You know, we were talking to Keyshawn, and we were talking to him yesterday about going after the ball. Vinny has a lot of confidence in it. And here's a classic example. Keyshawn Johnson said, Vinny will throw the ball down at my feet because he knows that I will go get it. And there was a catch that he made going down to his feet.
O.J. McDuffie will go back for the punt of John Kidd. He took over the job when Brian Hansen was released in early November. And now they have the double safety back there. Buckley back as well. And Buckley will get the ball. Giving ground. Trying to get to the picket line. And taken down at the 18-yard line by Corwin Brown. A 10-yard return after a punt of 44. 2:09 to go in the third quarter. The Dolphins offense yet to get it going. And they trail the Jets in a critical AFC East. Why this game is so important. The Jets and the Dolphins, the winner will take the lead in the AFC East, qualify for the playoffs. If the Jets win, they would go to 5-1 in the division with 2 weeks to play. Jabbar back at running back. Marino, and again, a receiver didn't have his head around it. It's Stanley Pritchett.
We talked about mismatches where you try and get a wide receiver on a linebacker. Stanley Pritchett with Moe Lewis chasing him is not a mismatch. Moe Lewis can flat run and probably faster than Stanley Pritchett. He's got to get further up the field to give Dan a chance. It's an out and up outside, but he never really gets up the field. And there you see the ball go flying by because he's too close.
That was great coverage by Moe Lewis.
Yep. It's been great coverage all night by everybody for the Jets. And New York will spend a timeout.
You know, the coverage by the Jets, like, again, Belichick puts these guys in a position to play and win. And the one thing about O.J. McDuffie, you know, you were talking about him not really doing much today. Ray Mickens has done a tremendous job. Watch this. This is Mickens. That's just outstanding play by the defense. Okay, here's another play. Now, McDuffie actually makes the catch. But watch this one here. This is the one O.J. McDuffie complains about, but that is just outstanding coverage.
Well, the reason you can do that is because the Miami Dolphins don't have anybody to vertically challenge that secondary. So they can just jump all over those receivers and cover them for the quick slants and the short hooks and the short outs and everything that they're running at about 12 yards. That's the problem that the Dolphins have. They just can't get anybody down the field.
You saw McDuffie with only the 4 catches. Of course, Yateel Green, who was their #1 draft choice 2 years ago, the guy that was going to give them speed, has blown out a knee 2 years in a row in 3 seasons. Marino under pressure. They got him again. The sack to Jason Ferguson, the second-year man from Georgia.
So often an offensive line gets criticized for a sack, but this is a coverage sack. Dan Marino has nowhere to go with the football. It's a quick 3-step drop, but look at the coverage. Tries to go to Lamar Thomas. They just pass him off to somebody. Then outside you got Jaquette. He gets passed off to Pepper Johnson. Now O.J. McDuffie, he's going to run across the middle. He winds up getting covered by Coleman.
Superb job by the Jets defensive unit tonight. 3rd and 15. Blitz coming. Marino avoids it, throws complete. McDuffie will be caught shy of the 20-yard line. James Barrier with the tackle.
And Victor Green continues to be a nemesis to the Miami Dolphins. He's so hard to account for as that 8th man. He plays up around the line of scrimmage. He's going to be there as a tackler, and here he comes again on the outside blitz. Ruddy just can't get out and make a block on him.
The Dolphins have punted 6 straight drives. Wilmsmeyer, beautiful kick. Dedrick Ward driven back to the 27. There's a flag down on the play. Back at the line of scrimmage. A 54-yard punt, an 8-yard return. And this one will come back. The look on Jimmy Johnson's face says it all.
I'll tell you what's amazing about this one coming back. They have the ball at the 35-yard line, which is great field position. They're going to make them kick it again, and they should.
Well, you have an opportunity for a return.
Holding. Offense prior to the kick, number 86. 10-yard penalty. Repeat the down, 4th down.
Let's go to Solomon Wilcott. Solomon, what do you have?
Yeah, Mike, Dan Marino's quick release makes it nearly impossible for a defense to disguise its zone coverages. So the Jets are blitzing and forcing Marino to throw the ball quickly to a predetermined hot read. By blitzing, the Jets have a better chance of intercepting the ball, and Marino has to throw the ball immediately to one specific receiver. Mike, the Dolphins have yet to make an adjustment to Bill Belichick's defensive scheme. Right now, he's turning out to be a genius.
And Solomon, not only are they forcing him to throw to one receiver, but that guy is covered. Wilmsmeyer, this time out of his own end zone. Not as long this time. Fair catch made on the Miami side of the 50 by Dedrick Ward. A kick of 40 and no return. Excellent field position for the Jets. Coming up next, Sports Center. Kenny Mayne and Dan Patrick. They'll bring you up to date on everything in sports, including the demands of Roger Clemens. And we'll talk about this game, the Jets and the Dolphins, and our conversation with Jimmy Johnson. Joe Theismann talked to him the other day, all followed by NFL Primetime. Chris Berman and Tom Jackson with all the highlights of all the day's games. And if you missed it, the Giants ended the dream of the Denver Broncos of going unbeaten.
You know, Joe, a 10-yard holding penalty on a punt cost Miami 15 yards.
Yeah, that's why they did. If it was a 5-yard penalty, they probably would have declined it.
Curtis Martin. O'Dwyer in front. He picks up 6.
you sort of get a feel for what the Jets want to do on offense. You see the pattern having developed. They want to create mismatches with their wide receivers on the linebackers. And what they want to do is bring Kyle Brady along in motion and let that double team operate against Jason Taylor, the smallish defensive end of the Dolphins.
The Jets are going to let the clock run out on the third quarter. The New York Jets have not won a divisional title since 1969. A win tonight puts them within 2 weeks of getting there. That's the end of the third quarter. 14-3, Jets over the Dolphins. Great coaches, and they have trotted out their specialty, defense.
Well, they have, and if you take a look at what the Jets are doing, Joe's been talking about the defensive backs, what a great job they're doing. The linebackers are getting in play where Marino can't throw past them.
Well, also the offense, I think, of the Jets has done a very good job creating formation mismatches, running the football effectively enough to keep the Dolphin defense off guard, and also running the ball at smaller linemen. I mean, running the ball at Jason Taylor.
2nd and 4 for the Jets. Martin. What a tackle by Robert Jones. Came all the way from the other side of the field. The middle linebacker that Jimmy Johnson had at Miami before or at Dallas before he replaced him with Ken Norton Jr., and he brought him here.
Well, Zach Thomas was talking about Jones, saying what a great player he is. He's got good speed, and he'll hit you, and you're going to see what he was talking about. He really comes up, and watch him take this hole. Curtis Martin's thinking about cutting back. No, sir.
3rd and 5. The crowd trying to get back in it. Testaverde avoids the blitz. Quebec can't get it. Just off his fingertips. Patrick Surtain, the rookie, came on the blitz, had him dead to rights, and missed it.
George Hill, the defensive coordinator, basically said, hey, look, if we're going to play our corners bump and run, we've got to go after Testaverde. We've got to make him get rid of the football as quick as you can. Surtain can't get to him, but he flushes Vinny out enough so that he can't make a good throw to Quebec.
You got to remember, Vinny is strong. 6'5", 240 pounds. The kick for McDuffie. It bounces back right in his hand. Holy cow, what a bounce.
That bounced off of one of the Jets' foot. It hit him in the foot, and the ball bounces up.
That ball was by him.
Chris Hayes is right next to him, and it bounces right up off his foot, right into O.J.'s stomach.
O.J. McDuffie, very alert. ESPN Sunday Night Football is brought to you by First Union, your guide to the financial world. By GMC Sierra, for those who demand more from a truck. By Circuit City, answers in every department, low prices all over the store. And by AT&T, it's all within your reach. 14 minutes to go in the game. The Dolphins with only a field goal to show for their offense tonight. Blitz. Marino hangs in there and throws to McDuffie. Marino knew he was going to be drilled, waited till the last possible second and threw a strike.
Well, we talked about Brian Cox. We've shown you everything that he's done so far, and here he comes again. Now, Ruddy, the center, misses him. Brian Cox just goes right by Ruddy. Marino gets the ball off, and then Brian Cox hits him.
A 20-yard gain for Miami out to the 41. Avery, the running back, tries to cut back inside. He'll lose a yard. Bill Parcells has never lost when leading by more than 10 points after 3 quarters. An incredible 48-0.
I've been proud to say that I've been a part of that record. When I was with the Redskins, we helped build it up that far.
He had a lot of help, though. A lot of people around the league. He has had defense wherever he's gone. That's why he wins. He's been great at picking up veterans near the end of their career and squeezing the last 2 or 3 years of great play out of them. Marino short hops this one intended for Troy Drayton.
And he's also had a guy by the name of Bill Belichick to coach along with him to help on that side of the ball.
There's Belichick, who himself was the head coach at Cleveland.
And I think has an opportunity to be a head coach again, not just of this football team, because you don't know how long Parcells is going to be there. But he certainly knows his stuff and knows what to do.
Well, you know he'll be there as long as he wants. And, of course, without Bill Belichick, his defensive units have struggled.
I think that's one of the keys that gets overlooked is the consistency in the assistants and the coordinators. You have to have stability there if you're going to build a program.
Marino, Jaquette over the middle, breaks the tackle. Nate Jaquette to the 32.
I was just going to say, you got to give Marino an awful lot of credit because he's only had one receiver to throw the ball to all night long, and that's O.J. McDuffie. Now he finds Nate Jaquette, a guy that's only caught one pass coming into this ball game, and he hasn't hesitated to throw to this guy.
To show you the nice job that Jaquette does, look at him extend in traffic in the middle, take the hit, and then protect the ball.
All right, Brent Smith on Cox. We showed you that battle earlier, and this time Brent Smith wins the battle.
Jaquette goes to the far side this time on first down. Marino, Thomas to the 2. He beat Marcus Coleman.
Wow. Is that a great pass?
It's not only a great pass, but it's a great job by Dan Marino looking to the left to freeze the safety, Ray Mickens. Watch how he looks. He's looking out to his left, looking, now back. Real quick, fired off to the right. Number 24 is not even in the picture because he was following Dan Marino's eyes. That's what makes Dan Marino so special.
First he hits Jaquette for 20, then Thomas for 30. Jabbar back in as the running back, and Marino has to use a timeout. 10:56 left in the game. The Dolphins down by 11. That's about the only place his name isn't in the record book. In the good book.
That's a great line.
First and goal. Play action by Marino. Sack, and a flag is down as well. Pepper Johnson. And Tim Ruddy, the center, is the guy who's hanging his head.
Now, here's an interesting decision by Coach Parcells. Do you want to take the hold and move him back, or do you just take it out? Decision's made. He's going to refuse it.
Holding. Offense. Number 61. Penalty is declined. Second down.
Tim Ruddy, the center. And Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the injured player. I think he got stuffed after the play fake.
I'm going to tell you what a great defensive call this is. Is it box 60 or Ruddy? Ruddy's grabbing Pepper Johnson, and not only does he hold him, but he doesn't stop him from getting to Marino. But the defensive call is superb, Joe. They just knew that he was going to run a play-action pass, and they never slowed down. That's the difference what you're seeing in the Jets defense that you're not seeing with Miami. Miami, every time the Testaverde runs a play action, they stop.
What's the difference of having a Curtis Martin in the backfield and somebody that you don't think is going to hurt you, whether it's an Avery or a Jabbar?
And Kareem Abdul-Jabbar very woozy coming off.
I feel like I got caught in a traffic jam out there.
So they had first and goal inside the 2. Now it will be second and goal at the 10. And I'm not sure Kareem knows where he is right now.
Now that's that deal where they put up like 3 fingers. And he said, how many?
Thursday.
Thursday. But even, I mean, he's smiling.
Well, you guess.
Yeah.
You guess. You know, you got, it's either 1, 2, or 3, so you got to scan.
Intended for Drayton. It's tipped away by Jerome Henderson. Great coverage by the free safety.
We have not called this guy's name all night. Tight end Troy Drayton, number 84. Now, he is playing hurt. Watch this move inside, but the coverage is absolutely great. Jerome Henderson, number 26, is right there to knock the ball away, almost intercepts it.
Dan Marino right now will find a way, I think, to either get the ball to Jaquette on a crossing pattern or let O.J. McDuffie work himself into the middle of the field and try and work in between the linebackers for a play.
Play clock working down. Got it off in time. Marino sidearms and it's intercepted. Picked off by Victor Green. Victor Green with a huge play for the Jets defense. He goes 87 yards with his third interception of the season.
Dan Marino is trying to force the ball into O.J. McDuffie. McDuffie sits down. Watch him on the left side of your screen. Victor Green's just reading his eyes. That was O.J. McDuffie he was trying to force the ball into. Dan makes a valiant effort, but he's not going to catch him. Cascadden gets out in front on Perry. There you see the throw. There's McDuffie. Boy, if Danny hasn't wished for many throws back, I'll guarantee you, but that's one he would love to have back now.
They had 3 guys on O.J. McDuffie.
A rare mistake that takes away a certain field goal that would have gotten them within 8 points. Curtis Martin back the other way to the 6 before he's cut down. Now the Jets are in gimme field goal territory.
With a guy like Testaverde, he's not the most mobile person to be able to run. But what can happen here is he does run bootlegs well. He does run play action well. And Curtis Martin you have to respect. So there's a lot of versatility in what the Jets can do offensively here.
And he almost scores on quarterback sneaks.
In some places he does.
2nd and 6. Vinny for Keyshawn and Buckley intercept. Buckley back the other way. What a huge turnaround. That is number 8 for Curtis Buckley.
I got to imagine Keyshawn's not jawing too much at T-Buck now. You know something? This is a good throw and a great defensive play.
A return of 62 yards. And a career-high 8 picks for Terrell Buckley. Timeout, 9:13 to go in the game. Buckley on the left after his 8th interception. Vinny picked off in the end zone. The first 98 plays of the game, no turnover. The last 3, there had been 2. Avery outside.
I'm going to tell you, T-Buck, is that's what they call him. Take a look. Outstanding defense, but watch how fast he comes out of this end zone. And look at the guys who are in front of him. Kenny Mixon, that's 79. That's a defensive end. I mean, this is just a great run out of the end.
O.J. leading the cheers. And that last run by John Avery, 17 yards, the longest of the game for either team. Marino, another completion to Nate Jaquette, who may be becoming one of his new best friends.
Well, coming down to 8 minutes, they won't hesitate to even take a field goal here, because if it gets to that point, because it'll put them within 8. And as everyone knows, you can go for 2 points.
Nate Jaquette came into this game with 1 catch. Tonight, he has 5 for 68 yards. And remember, he had one go through his hands at the beginning of the game that might have been a long touchdown. They pick up the blitz. Marino throwing for the end zone. Contact up with the interference. McDuffie was cut off by Ray Mickens.
That's Gary Lane that makes the call, the side judge, number 120.
That's interference. Defense, number 24. Automatic first down.
You know, when you run the perfect pattern, Joe, and you get the defensive man in a position where he can only do one thing, and that's interfere with you. Look at O.J. McDuffie. A little out and up, and then there is and that is pass interference.
You know, Dick Hantak's crew has been criticized this year for calling more penalties than any other crew in the NFL. I haven't seen anything that wasn't a good call tonight.
Well, you got a former referee and Gary Lane on that team who's doing a heck of a job.
First and goal again. Avery. Boy, it looked like there was a hole there, but then he was cut down by Brian Cox.
If there's one spot where Jimmy Johnson needs to go get a player, it's a big hammer type of back to be able to pound it in.
Brian Cox, we saw him in the first half. We know what he can do. Watch Brian Cox. Look at him get himself in a position. Now he sees Avery. He will not let Avery cut back nor get back to the outside. Just fills the hole. That's outstanding defense.
The last time they were down here, they had first and goal at the 1. After a sack, they eventually threw an interception. Toss to Avery. Blockers in front. If he cut that back, he would have had a chance to do something. But the Jets strung it out to the sideline.
Well, you just wait on Stanley Pritchett, number 36. If you wait on him and let him make the block, then all you have to do, Avery, is cut back inside. He's coming in your face. Look at 36 is Pritchett. When he comes to the outside, now wait on him. He's going to block back into the outside. If you wait, you can cut back in.
That's part of the problem when you have youth at the running back. He doesn't have the patience as a running back yet.
Third and goal. They spread the field with wide receivers, 3 to the right. Blitz coming. Marino, touchdown, McDuffie. Dennis Eckersley would have been proud of that one from the hip.
Dan Marino has so much confidence in O.J. McDuffie. He knows he's going to get open. There he is. They wind up picking Mickens, and they wind up with the score. He just sidearms that puppy right in there and takes it away from Coleman.
Now, I don't understand this. They are going to kick the extra point. That would only close it to 4. Why not go for 2?
Well, I agree with you. Unless Jimmy thinks he's going to get the ball back at least twice. What Jimmy is thinking right now is we're going to get the ball back twice, and I'm going to have 2 opportunities.
But they still need a touchdown to go ahead. They get 2, it would have tied with a field. The Dolphins have it. Patrick Surtain recovered.
That's why he went for the extra point. I'm telling you, Mike, I talked to Jimmy on the field before the game, and I said, last time we did one of your games in preseason, you opened the game with 3 onside kicks. Do you have one tonight? He said it's something we work on all the time and keep it available.
Man, when we did that preseason game, I'm going to tell you, Monte does this beautifully. That ball, he pops it on the top. Look at how high it is. And then Surtain goes up and does this very smart thing. It's get it at its height.
Mike Westhoff, the special teams coach. Jimmy Johnson, for having the guts to call it, is awesome. And Mike's guys executed it.
That could be the play of the year for the Miami Dolphins and Jimmy Johnson. Avery is now in at running back. 6:19 to go in the game. Dolphins still need a touchdown to take the lead. Underneath to Perry, fighting for extra yardage, gets to midfield. Jerome Henderson the tackle.
I got to believe at this point, possibly this play, I doubt if it would be on 3rd down, but it'd be a great opportunity to try and get Jaquette down the field. He's your fastest receiver, or try and match up Avery with a linebacker and try and swing him on an out and up to try and utilize some of the speed you have out there.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, we told, his return questionable after being shaken up. Another short step for Marino. He throws out, and his tight end, Troy Drayton, continued the pattern up the field.
Troy Drayton has not been available to Dan Marino until tonight. He hasn't practiced a lot because of that broken hand. So what you wind up with is a miscommunication. Here he goes out in the flat against Moe Lewis, just glances back. Now, the way that play is designed, if you're open when you look back, I'm going to give you the ball. Troy hadn't worked a lot with Dan. You wind up with an incompletion.
3rd and 5. Jets come on the blitz. Marino to McDuffie. He is short. looked like about a half a yard short of our ESPN gold 1st and 10 line.
So if you're going to kick an onside kick, you're going for it on 4th down. I don't care. I mean, you don't put yourself in this position not to go for it.
O.J. McDuffie singled up this time. Doesn't quite get far enough. Now, not only are you going to go for it, you don't really have a big back. The way they're probably going to go for it is by spreading them out and running a very similar type of play.
4th and a yard, under 5 minutes to go in a game that will decide a spot in the playoffs.
If you're the Jets, you have to press the wide receivers.
Marino throws underneath. The ball comes loose. It's incomplete. McDuffie argues the call. He said he had it.
That's a great defensive call. Don't give him a chance to get any kind of space. Jump up and press him and make Dan Marino make a great throw and make O.J. McDuffie work. That ball's down.
Yeah, but he doesn't have control of the football. The thing about it is you have to have control. Now look at O.J. McDuffie. Never has control of the ball. It's in his hand, and Mickens just stays there and swats the ball away. What a great play by Mickens.
Ray Mickens has done it all night long. He has just been in the back pocket of any receiver they send to his side. 4:44 to go. The Dolphins now have to get the ball back. Vinny with all day to throw. Dedrick Ward has a 1st down at the Miami 43.
Boy, enough can't be said about this New York offensive line. Elliott, Berger, McGuire, Savini. I mean, these guys have really stayed in there and give Testaverde all the time that he wants to throw the ball.
Against a team that has great pass rushers, Vinny has not been sacked. Another 1st down for the Jets. Vinny to throw again. Jason Taylor got a hand on him but couldn't hold him. And now a flag is down in the secondary.
Patrick Surtain is probably going to wind up with a penalty against Wayne Corbett.
Taylor got close but couldn't get the sack.
Holding. Defense for 23. 5 yards. 1st down.
Automatic 1st down on the holding call.
Number 23, Surtain. He's the guy that got the onside kick. Now watch him. He's just grabbing it, and he is holding Wayne Corbett. Not only trying to take down.
Boy, if Finney can hit that pass, it may be a touchdown instead of just a 5-yard holding call. Automatic 1st down at the 38. Curtis Martin. Zach Thomas chases him to the sideline, and Miami came with everybody.
Curtis has got to play it a little smarter than that. It's inside 5 minutes, and he went out of bounds. If it's outside the 5 minutes, then they would start the clock. Now he runs out of bounds, loses 2.
I think he got a little help from Zach.
Well, yeah.
He was trying. I think he was trying to stay. His intentions were good.
Here comes the blitz. They pick it up. Vinny on the run.
Boy, Vinny just does a really smart thing. Instead of trying to run out of bounds, he knows about trying to keep the clock running. He'll take as many yards as he can, and he just slides down inbounds.
Boy, and Jason Taylor was upset. He thought he was clipped downfield by Keyshawn Johnson.
They bring both linebackers inside. The Jet offensive line collapses it, and then Vinny just slides down, staying inbounds.
3rd and 8. Clock running. 3:48 to go. Testaverde diving for the 6. He got across our ESPN line, and I'll tell you one, Wayne Corbett got away with one.
Yes.
He was going toward the line of scrimmage at the snap of the ball, and they did not throw the flag.
Oh, there's no question he was in illegal motion. He comes in motion. Now, this is what they've been doing. They've been moving the receivers in motion to eliminate the pressing. Now what happens, you'll see him start. There he is. Now, he breaks down, he starts to go forward and then stops. That's a penalty. They blow that one. But now when Vinny slides, when he slides, that ball should have been short of our 1st and 10 line.
Jimmy Johnson is livid.
I guarantee you, when you're a quarterback and you give yourself up, it's not where the ball winds up. It's when you go to the ground.
But if he dives,
the ball's out.
Loose ball. The Dolphins have it. Trace Armstrong with the recovery. Holy cow, what a break. Terrell Buckley knocked it loose. Do you believe this?
Well, we go through almost the whole game, Joe, without any turnovers. The perfect game you want to play. And then, not all of a sudden, but near the end of the game, when the tension is high, here it comes.
You turn the notch up. Watch number 27 make a play. Come from the left part of your screen. He reaches in and just continues to fight and strip the ball out. I'll tell you one thing. Terrell Buckley, when he came into this league, he was a talker and wasn't a complete corner. I believe right now he's playing to the level of a Pro Bowl football player.
They got rid of him in Green Bay because they didn't think he could cover anybody.
And he said, now I'm 27 years old, I've grown up a lot, and he sure has matured as a player as well.
well, in Green Bay, he was a gambler. He went after every interception he could get and was burned an awful lot. As you said, Joe, he's 27. He's grown up a heck of a lot. Now the Dolphins with a shot. 2:25 to go. What a turnaround. Another blitz. They tried the flanker screen to Thomas, but the Jets do a great job again. This time, Marcus Coleman makes the tackle.
I got to believe that the Dolphins are going to have to find somebody else besides O.J. McDuffie to get the ball to, at least till you get down closer to the goal line. You can't force it to O.J. They're going to have too many people around them.
Trying to get off a play before the 2-minute warning.
Marino sliding in a pocket. He loses it. Picked up by Cascadden, and Chad Cascadden scores.
This is all Cascadden. He's the guy that knocks the ball down. He's the guy that picks it up.
And the secondary helps out by not giving Dan a chance to throw the football.
Here comes Cascadden. He's going to come inside and look at nobody blocks him. Marino goes, he sees him goes by, and then he steps up. Ernie Logan also gets a hit, but Cascadden stays with it, picks up the ball, gets a touchdown.
In the first 3 quarters of this game, we did not have a turnover. We have had 4 in the 4th quarter, and Chad Cascadden with the biggest play of his 4-year career, a 22-yard fumble return for a touchdown. Hall with the point after. How many ups and downs have we had on back-to-back plays? The Jets on top, 21-10. You can read the dejection on the face of the future Hall of Famer and the delight on the face of Chad Cascadden. Avery will bring it up. They need a big return, and he won't get it. With us tonight, the Southwest Airlines aerial cam high above Pro Player Stadium for ESPN's Sunday Night Football. It has been a beauty, and what a 4th quarter we have had at this gorgeous facility in South Florida.
Well, they leave in a hurry here, don't they?
It's going to be a little tough to make this up.
Well, I think that one took the starch out of them.
You know what's interesting, Mike, is the Dolphins changed their the Jets changed their uniforms to go into the playoffs. Last year, the Broncos did it. They won the Super Bowl. And the Bucs did it last year and went to the playoffs. Maybe it's uniforms that make a difference.
We may see 27 new uniforms next year. Marino facing a desperate situation, throws to McDuffie, and he got out of bounds to stop the clock at the 32. If the Jets hold on and win this game, they will take over first place in the AFC East. They will go to 10-4, and they will be 5-1 in the division. A win next Saturday against Buffalo would give them their first division title since 1969. A win tonight also qualifies them for the playoffs.
And that's in Buffalo.
And that ought to be a war, too.
Well, and the Jets are the one team that beat Buffalo convincingly.
Marino under pressure again. Throws incomplete. Otis Smith nearly picked that one off. Bill Parcells has made a brilliant career out of taking downtrodden franchises and within 2 years making them winners, getting them in the playoffs, and within 4 years he's had them in the Super Bowl. He's ahead of schedule with this club.
He has a formula.
The 4 years before he got to New York, 18-46, he had to pick up the pieces of the Rich Kotite disaster, and he has turned them around. Marino over the middle and a strike to Perry, who takes a shot as he got to the 45.
Mike, Bill has a way of doing things. He has a formula, he has a pattern, he has a system. And he could take it darn near anywhere and make it work.
And once he gets his people in place, his coaching staff, his kind of players, this is the result. Marino hit as he throws. Almost picked off again. Marcus Coleman with excellent coverage, and Moe Lewis laid the lumber to Marino.
I'm going to tell you, Dan Marino tonight has taken a beating. Moe Lewis, we really haven't been calling his name much. He's had great coverage. I think he's been waiting all night to take a shot at Marino. Look at this.
They put him down gently.
Well, yeah, it's the initial hit that hurts.
And Coleman goes up to try and make a play, and Jaquette strips him from it.
1:03 to go. The Dolphins down by 11. They need a score and then an onside kick. They've already recovered one. Marino throws for Gadsden, and he hangs out and can't get it. Boy, the secondary for the Jets has just been sensational, as well as their offensive line.
And it's just like the first game was. The first game, the secondary did not allow, or allowed very little room for Dan to be able to throw the football to the receivers. It's almost a carbon copy of what we saw in the secondary the first time these two teams played.
3rd and 10 for Marino. Guns it over the middle for McDuffie, and right there was Ray Mickens.
Boy, that was another outstanding play by Mickens.
You know, one of the saddest things is Vinny Testaverde's dad, Al, has not been able to watch him play a game since 1989 because of a serious heart condition. He sees the tapes the next day. He knows if he watches a game live, it could kill him.
He may not be there at the end of the line.
And he said it's the longest 3 hours he can ever spend. It's like 3 days. But when he sees this tomorrow, boy, is he going to be proud of his son again. 4th and 10. Last gasp for Miami. Marino with the out to McDuffie. And he's got the first down.
We showed you that early battle of O.J. McDuffie and Ray Mickens, and this has been going on all night long. Here we go again. Mickens. You can catch that ball if you want, as long as you don't go deep.
They can't. That's been the problem. They've not been able to go down the field and really stretch this defense to try and get the defensive backs off the receiver.
Marino has thrown a season-high 51 passes. The running game has been non-existent. Marino has to step up in the pocket, throws, and incomplete as McDuffie tried to go down to the turf to pick it off.
You know, and Marino, when you say can't go deep, Joe, he's thrown for almost 300 yards. I mean, but again,
but if you throw 50 passes and you throw for 300 yards, even if you complete, 30, it doesn't matter. The thing you need is you need a 60-yarder, like for example, Vinny had, the 52-yarder to Quebec. You need those big plays to do two things. Number one, get you big scores, and secondly, stretch the defensive secondary.
Jimmy Johnson must get a big back, as you pointed out earlier, through the draft or free agency, and he needs a speed receiver, someone who can go downfield and be a deep threat. Marino underneath. Parcells escapes to the 15. The clock is running. And now the Dolphins will use a timeout to stop it with 31 seconds to go. They have one left, down by 11. 10-4 overall. They would take the lead in the AFC East. They would qualify for the playoffs and be within a win next week in Buffalo of winning their first division title since 1969.
And Bill Parcells did something this week unusual. For the first time, he did not have his players in pads. He wanted them to have the energy for this stretch run, and it certainly has paid off.
Marino for the end zone, incomplete. You cannot say enough about the coverage of the Jets secondary. They have been absolutely brilliant.
This time Scott Frost winds up getting into play along with Coleman. Gadsden goes down. Otis Smith plays back, and you'll see number 47 come in and leave a pop. That's Scott Frost.
That's the former Nebraska quarterback who's being converted to a safety by Bill Belichick. 26 seconds to go in the game. Marino to McDuffie. He'll get out of bounds right at the sticks. 20 seconds to go.
Actually, O.J. McDuffie gets almost 2 yards beyond the sticks.
I think the defenders were waiting for him to run out of bounds. Instead, he turned it upfield a little bit.
Am I looking at 11 catches for McDuffie?
Correct, 104 yards.
Dan thrown 55 of them. And actually, he's caught 11, but I'll bet you 25 have been thrown at him.
20 seconds to go. McDuffie looks exhausted. Marino looks, throws incomplete. Double coverage on Gadsden, and Scott Frost was the guy who got a hand in there. Also over there was Victor Green, the strong safety. If they hold on to win, Bill Parcells will be 49-0 when leading by 10 points or more than 10 points, after 3 quarters. That is a remarkable record. It shows you what a defense he has, that people can't come back on.
He's just a terrific football coach. Like I said, he has a formula, and he can take it anywhere, and it will work.
Marino, Gadsden came back out of the end zone and doesn't get back in. The clock is running. Otis Smith made the tackle. Now the Dolphins stop it with 4 seconds to go.
Up top left, Otis Smith on Gadsden, a little bit of bumping. He gets into the end zone, not quite far enough. The ball, he may be in the end zone, but he has to come back out to make the reception, which means that it is not a touchdown. There you see the ball has not crossed the line. It's a good job by the head linesman, being in great position to make that call.
And what a terrific job again by the Jets secondary.
You know, you're sitting there, we're talking about Parcells and what he has done with his football teams. And for those of you that have never met him, all you have to do is sit in a room with him when you talk to him and ask him about his team and what's going to happen the next day on Sunday. You will understand why this man has been so successful.
He has a presence, and he will get on his players, sometimes unmercifully. There's Brian Cox. This week, he left a gasoline can in front of Brian Cox's locker, half filled with water, telling Brian Cox, I think you're running out of gas late in the season, and Cox just laughed. They put 2 seconds back on the clock, 6 seconds to go. They run a draw, and it's a touchdown. Stanley Pritchett gets in with 3 seconds to go.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, old Corwin Brown, number 44, he made him earn it. He just made him earn it. Watch this. It's a running play. Watch number 44. There's a shot.
They have some guys who are going to lay the wood to you.
There it is. When you see a guy's neck snap back, you know you've been hit.
Now the Dolphins will have to go for 2.
And then what?
Onside kick, and hope the clock doesn't start. Marino throws incomplete. Otis Smith on the coverage again. On the onside kick, the clock will not start until an offensive player touches it after it's gone 10 yards. This fourth quarter was amazing. The number of big plays and momentum changes. Marino throws an interception at the goal line. Testaverde turns around and throws one to Buckley in the end zone. Then an onside kick recovered by Patrick Surtain of the Dolphins. Then Buckley forces a fumble. The Dolphins get it right back. Then Marino is stripped and Cascadden scores. That was just the fourth quarter.
Catch your breath, Michael.
Thank you.
If anyone went to bed after 3/4 of this football game tonight, they're crazy.
They missed a heck of a football
They really did. You missed a great... I mean, if you just looked at the fourth quarter, it was a great football game.
And we will have another great game next Sunday night. Jacksonville at Minnesota.
Who will play quarterback for Jacksonville?
I'm not available.
We know who's going to be catching passes for the Minnesota Vikings. That 84, that rookie guy.
Well,
Randy Moss, he has more talent as a wide receiver than any rookie I have ever seen.
And probably almost any receiver that I have ever seen.
Wilmsmeyer, who did a brilliant job on the last onside kick, will have to do it again. Excuse me, Olindo Mate. There's Crabette on the hands team. And the Jets have it. The clock will stop with 1 second to go. Leon Johnson went up and got it. And Jimmy Johnson's bid to take the lead in the AFC East comes up 5 points short. The Dolphins will have to play Denver and Atlanta. Only 3 coaches in the history of the NFL have taken 3 different teams to the playoffs. Chuck Knox, Dan Reeves, and now Bill Parcells, as his Jets have qualified for the playoffs. A win next week in Buffalo, they win the AFC East. It was everything we had expected it would be, and more. Our final score from Miami, the New York Jets 21, the Miami Dolphins 16. Coming up next, SportsCenter, Kenny Mayne and Dan Patrick with the complete wrap-up of the day in sports. For Joe Theismann, Paul McGuire, Solomon Wilcox, and our entire ESPN crew, this is Mike Patrick. Good night from Miami. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.